So, for the introduction, in 1987, Eksotika was published by the Malaysian Institute of Agricultural Research and Development, or MARDI. This occurrence shifted the outlook for papaya planting to a plantation crop from a smallholder crop. Usually, papaya was called as pau-pau, or papau, or either mamau. In Malaysia, Eksotika Malaysia papaya is the most popular papaya. Scientists was making a decision to classify papaya species by using taxonomy group. In this research, there are several problems while producing the Eksotika papaya. Moving on to the objective, there are three main objectives for this research. For the first one, to determine on the genetic technology that has been used to produce Eksotika Malaysia papaya. For the second one, to study the advantages and disadvantages of the genetic technology that has been used to produce Eksotika Malaysia papaya. Last but not least, to investigate the challenges and problem solutions for Eksotika Malaysia papaya.
Okay, for the problem statement, first is what is the solution to fix the quality of papaya in terms of taste, smell, skin color and size in order to achieve the better quality of papaya. Second, what is the solution to reduce the high proportion of female? Similarly, what are the techniques to determine the sex of the papaya at the seedling stage? And last is what is the plan to turn the disadvantage of cross-pollinator to advantage of the cross-pollinator.
Okay, so now I will be talking about the results for our research on the application of DNA technology in Eksotika Malaysia papaya. First of all, in figure 1, it shows a bar chart of the total production of Eksotika Malaysia papaya per month after planting. There is variation in the numbers, but the production is at the highest peak during the 14th month after planting. Secondly, figure 2 shows one of the challenges faced, which is the outbreaks of papaya dieback disease, which have affected several states in Malaysia, such as Johor, followed by Perak and other states from 2003 to 2006. Last but not least, in figure 3, we can see the graph of number of papaya tree that was infected by bacteria dieback diseases before and after action was taken to control the outbreak. The numbers show a rapid decrease during post-action.
Okay, for the discussion part, I do the point of Eksotika Malaysia papaya problem solution. Okay, it started in 1972. The scientists from MARDI started a back crossbreeding program using the papaya variety to improving papayas. In this case, Sunrise Solo and Subangsik was the parent lineage of the Caprica Malaysia papaya. Sunrise Solo has good eating qualities but possesses poor yield and small fruit size. So it crossed with the locally adapted large fruit Subangsik. It has larger size. After 15 years of breeding and selection, a line called Backcross Solo with the features of Sunrise Solo and having increased in fruit size and local adaptability of Subangsik was finally accepted, named as Eksotika papaya. So, the importance of the scientists to breeding the papaya is because the implementation of Eksotika had given the fruit industry a huge boost, particularly in terms of export earning. Next, crosses between females and hermaphrodites may be used for hybrid seed production, but the disadvantage is when female flowers are used as the maternal parent. So, the solution to determine sex at the seedling stage is using the molecular tools or microsatellites and PCR-based techniques. Okay, for the disadvantage of these osseous varieties are that 50% of the population is unproductive male trees. So we turn this disadvantage to advantage is these osseous varieties are that fruit size, shape and appearance is more uniform and stable because female flowers do not undergo sex reversal as in hermaphrodites.
Crossing breeding is used to incorporate inherited traits and features from unadapted donor parents into the recipient lines, which involves repetition of cycles of crossing to the recipient line, which is the recurrent parent, followed by a selection of traits being transferred. The back-crossing breeding method can be applied to the introduction of an autosomal dominant or codominant allele where the original pair, one inbred strain which donates the genetic information where it is the first parent, and one donor strain which donates the chromosomal segment which acts as the second parent, are crossed. The challenges faced is that Eksotika Malaysia papaya has a shorter shelf life than other species of papaya that affects the appearance, texture, flavor, and quality, and leads up to a 30 to 40% post-harvest loss if not consumed in time. Other than that, it is vulnerable to papaya dieback diseases, which reduces its production by 40%. Plans to counter these problems include destroying the affected plants immediately and the use of genetic technology as a long-term strategy, which includes raising its resistance against papaya dieback disease and decrease its ethylene production to delay its fast ripening and short shelf life.
So in conclusion, Eksotika Malaysia papaya that is developed by Mardi is well known in Malaysia as their fruit size are large and has a sweet flesh. A back-cross breeding program that was done by Mardi has improved the quality of Eksotika Malaysia papaya. Despite that, there are several advantages and disadvantages of the genetic technology that can affect the production of Eksotika Malaysia papaya. As a matter of fact, the total production of Eksotika Malaysia papaya has decreased due to the inability to withstand the journey to long-distance markets and hard to be handled. That's all from us. Thank you.
Research and Development, or MARDI. This occurrence shifted the outlook for papaya planting to a plantation crop from a smallholder crop. Usually, papaya was called as papau or papau, or either mamau